Cavity and edge maps are useful for giving you a way to isolate the crevices and exposed edges on your texture. There are a few ways to go about making these maps, but I typically derive them from the normal map. You can use applications such as CrazyBump or XNormal, or a bunch of other programs too, which let you input your normal map and allow you to customize your results. I'll just demonstrate with XNormal just because I have it right here. If you go to the Tools section, the Tools tab, on the second button is Tangent Space Normal Map to Cavity Map. Click that, you can just browse or just drag and drop a normal map file from Windows Explorer, and here you have it. You can change the squizzling here, and then on the right side is the cavity map, and you can choose from several different methods here. I'll go ahead and just pick the first one. Right click and generate. You can see the results. You can play with these settings. They're pretty similar for all of these almost, but I've already gone ahead and saved out all of these maps. So if we just go back to Photoshop here, you can see that these are the different maps. Maximum or max, min, AVG, I assume that means average, EDT, SPD, EMB, this is kind of an interesting one, and DES. And I have them kind of ranked here according to how useful I think they would be. Max is almost nothing, so that's the least useful, and then this just looks like a mess. I'm not sure what exactly you would use this for. AVG is kind of soft and fuzzy. EDT is nice and sharp, but there is some lighting going on. You can see some parts are darker, and I try to avoid having lighting information in my cavity map. SPD, not bad, getting closer to what I personally like for a cavity map, but it still has some lighting. EMB, this actually resembles what I'll end up using, but this also has a problem with some lighting in there that I'm not a fan of for cavity maps. And DES, this might be the closest to what I normally do. The thing I don't like about it is if you zoom in on these crevices, it kind of leaves some white in the bottommost areas here. I would expect that to be just dark, but otherwise this is pretty nice for at least for what I like to do. And this is the result that I create myself in Photoshop, and you can see it's kind of like based off of 50% gray with light values on the edges and dark values in the cavities. What I like about this is you can see that these are just lines, dark lines, where this detail is. That's kind of the way I sculpted it, so that's kind of what I would expect to happen there. And also it's nice because it has light values as well, so I can derive some edge information from this same map. I guess this is kind of regarded as the poor man's cavity map, but I like it anyway. I tend to use cavity information to mask out recesses where I don't want specular and things of that nature, and having very distinct dark edges helps a lot with that for me. I'll go over how to use that in the textures in the next volume, but for now I'll go ahead and give a quick demo on how I made this